we're going to be using our trigonometric ratios, sine theta, cos theta, and tan theta, to find the side lengths of some given triangle. Okay, so we know that the labeling of these side lengths are the hypotenuse, the opposite, and the adjacent side, okay, with the angle theta. What we're actually going to do is to answer some questions where we have actual values for these sides and angles. Okay, so if we take a look at question 1. Now, part A, find x to 3 significant figures, and we're going to be given this triangle. Okay, so we have the angle here at 25 degrees, we have a hypotenuse of 5 meters, and we have these two sides, x and y. Okay, now in part A, we're after the value of x. Okay, so we have x and we know the value of this hypotenuse. Okay, so I want you to think about which trigonometric ratio we're going to be using here. Okay, because we want to find x. Well, if we take a look at it, this angle 25 is going to be this opposite side x. Okay, so we're going to have to involve the opposite side first. The one I'm going to use is sine. Okay, so sine of this angle 25 is going to be opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, which is nice because we want to find the opposite, and we already know what the hypotenuse is. Okay, 5 meters. So sine 25 will equal x divided by 5. Okay, from there, if I want to find x by itself, let's multiply 5 to the other side. Okay, and we get x equals to 5 times sine 25. Now, the question asks me to find 3 significant figures. Okay, to do that, we're going to have to enter this into our calculator. Okay, so before we do that, let's take note that the angle here is given to us in degrees, okay, which means we need to make sure that my calculator is in degree mode. Okay, to do that, I'm going to press Shift, Setup, and if we take a look at it, the one we want is degrees, which is number 3. Okay, so just press 3. Okay, so that just makes sure that it's in degree mode before we calculate this value. Okay, so the value was 5 times sine 25, so 5 multiplied by, now if you look at the calculator, sine is here, and 25. Press equals, and this is the value that we have. Okay, 2.11309, so on. Okay, but to answer it to 3 significant figures, my answer will be just 2.11. Okay, so we use the trigonometric ratio to find the side length of this opposite side here, which is 2.11. Now in part B, let's try to find y. Now y is this one. Okay, now I want you to think about which trigonometric ratio we want to use now. Okay, we have y here, okay, which means we're going to have to involve the adjacent side somehow. Okay, now the one I'm going to choose is going to be cosine. Okay, so cos 25, which is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay, adjacent, which is the one we want to find, and hypotenuse we already know is 5 meters. So cos 25 equals to y on 5. Okay, to find y by itself, let's multiply 5 to the other side. Now again, we have 5 times cos 25, and we want to answer it in 3 significant figures. Okay, so let's bring up our calculator again. Now, 5 multiplied by cos 25. So 5 times cos is right next to sine, cos to 5 degrees equals. Okay, so here's my answer, 4.531, so on. To answer in 3 significant figures, I want you guys to try, it will be 4.53. Okay, that's the side length of this y. Correct your 3 significant figures. Now, question 2. So we're going to try and find x to 3 significant figures, and we have this triangle now. So we have 25 degrees as the angle here, okay, and we have an adjacent side which is equal to 4 meters, and we also have an opposite side which is x, okay, and that's the one we want to find. So we have the opposite side and the adjacent side. Okay, so I want you to think about which ratio we're going to use. Now, in question 2, I'm going to use my tangent. So tan 25. So tan of this angle equals to the ratio opposite divided by adjacent. Okay, now opposite of 25 is x divided by adjacent, which is 4 meters. So tan 25 degrees is x on 4. And to find x by itself, let's multiply the 4 to the other side. Okay, and this is our value of x. 4 times tan 25. Now, 3 significant figures. Again, we're going to have to evaluate this to find the value in our calculator. Okay, let's do this. So 4 multiplied by 10, again, it's just the third one down. Tan 25. Okay, equals. So here's my answer. Now I've corrected 3 significant figures. My answer is going to be 1.87. Okay, so it wasn't too hard, but we have to make sure we know what our ratios are. Okay, the sine, cos, and tan, so we can find the side length of these triangles.